Why was consent of the governed central to the American Revolution? Imagine living under a government that makes laws without asking what you think. That's what many colonists felt like when Britain imposed taxes and rules without their say. The idea of consent of the governed was at the heart of their fight for independence. It means that a government's power comes from the approval of the people it rules. This idea is a key part of liberalism, which emphasizes individual rights and equality. Thinkers like John Locke argued that governments only have the right to rule if the people agree to it. If a government doesn't protect your natural rights to life, liberty, and property, then you have the right to change or even overthrow it. The American colonists believed that British rule was illegitimate because it ignored their consent. They were taxed without representation in Parliament, which they saw as a violation of their rights and a breach of the social contract. The social contract is the idea that governments exist only because the people agree to it. When that agreement is broken, the people are justified in seeking a new government. The Declaration of Independence clearly states that governments derive their just powers from the consent of the governed. This was a direct influence from Locke's ideas and the Enlightenment. The revolutionaries wanted a government based on the will of the people, where power comes from elected representatives who are accountable to the citizens. To make sure power stayed with the people, they created written constitutions, bills of rights, and systems like separation of powers and regular elections. These measures were designed to keep the government in check and ensure it served the interests of the people. Without the consent of the governed, the revolutionaries believed that a government becomes tyrannical and illegitimate. This idea of popular sovereignty became the foundation of American democracy. It meant that the people had the ultimate authority and could revoke their consent if the government betrayed their trust. So, the American Revolution was not just about independence from Britain, but about establishing a new kind of government based on the voluntary agreement of free individuals. This principle shaped the entire American political system, making sure that government power is always rooted in the consent of the people it serves.